If you've been feeling like your own mind is just slipping away recently, trust me, you're not alone. Welcome to this PsyAI Lab Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into the modern crisis of distraction. We're going to look at the hidden psychology behind why we behave the exact way we do, and how our constant interaction with the digital world is fundamentally rewiring who we are.
So why can't you focus anymore? Just think about it for a second. You sit down to do something super important, right? But within minutes, you instinctively reach for your phone. Literally, one notification turns into 10. A quick glance dissolves into a 30-minute scroll session, and suddenly you're just sitting there realizing you have completely forgotten what you even picked up your phone to do in the first place.
And when this happens, you probably tell yourself a really specific, punishing story. You tell yourself you just have absolutely no discipline. You say, man, I just can't focus. Or worse of all, you tell yourself, I'm just lazy. We kind of treat this modern inability to concentrate as this huge personal moral failing, like it's a flaw in our character.
But what if that's entirely untrue? The harsh reality is your brain has actually been actively trained to lose focus. You aren't lacking discipline at all. You're facing a meticulously designed assault on your attention. It's really not a fair fight. And honestly, just realizing that is the very first step to taking your power back.
Let's take a look at the weapons they're using against you. Every single ding, buzz, and flash on your device, that's a carefully designed tool. These notifications are not helpful reminders. No way. They're psychological hooks, engineered specifically to rip you out of reality and drag your eyes right back to the screen. It creates this false sense of urgency that your brain fundamentally struggles to ignore. And once those hooks pull you in, you're hit with just endless content. Infinite feeds built from the ground up specifically to trap you. There's no stopping point, no bottom of the page, no natural break whatsoever. It is literally a bottomless well of stimulation, designed for one simple reason: to keep your thumb moving and your eyes completely locked. Everything in today's digital world is engineered to keep you constantly distracted. Why? Because your attention is, without a doubt, your most valuable resource. It's the primary currency of the modern digital economy. These companies measure their success by the exact amount of time you spend on their platforms. Your distraction is quite literally their profit. The stakes here are incredibly high. Think about this. Where your attention goes, your life follows. This isn't just about losing a few minutes of productivity here and there. Your attention dictates your experiences, your memories, and ultimately your entire identity. And right now, they're winning this war because they understand the mechanics of your brain way better than you do. To really grasp what's happening, we have to look deep inside your mind. There's this incredibly powerful reward system running on a neurotransmitter called dopamine. It's basically your brain's chemical reward for seeking out things that help us survive. It gets released anytime we experience something new. But in the digital age, this ancient, primal survival mechanism has been completely hijacked. Social media platforms ruthlessly exploit this exact dopamine mechanism. Short videos deliver massive emotional spikes in just 15 seconds. Instant rewards offer immediate, but entirely hollow validation. And endless scrolling ensures that the very next flick of your thumb might just reveal something exciting. You are practically carrying a digital slot machine right there in your pocket. So this creates a profound conflict in your mind. On one side, you have the extremely fast, intense stimulation of social media, and on the other, the quiet, much slower pace of everyday reality. As your brain gets used to getting a dopamine hit every 5 seconds, the simple reality of studying, working, or even just reading a physical book, it starts to feel completely unbearable. Because of this, when you finally sit down to focus, your brain actively resists. And again, not because you're lazy, but because it is wildly overstimulated. It's conditioned to expect this rapid-fire content. So when you force it to look at a static page or work on a complex task, your brain essentially goes into withdrawal. It's intensely craving the fast hits it's grown so accustomed to. This all builds into a highly dangerous behavioral loop. A vibration triggers you. You open the app and begin to scroll. You get that anticipated dopamine hit. And then, the devastating consequence. Every single time you complete this loop, your baseline attention span shrinks just a little bit more.
Have you ever noticed that after hours of mindlessly scrolling on your couch, you somehow feel completely drained? Well, this constant neurological spiking creates a severe sense of mental exhaustion. It leaves you feeling deeply lethargic, even when you haven't physically moved an inch. Your brain just ran an absolute marathon of stimulation, while your body sat entirely still.
Through this silent, invisible process, you are slowly losing control of your own mind. Your impulses actually start to override your conscious intentions. And the most terrifying part? You don't even realize it's happening. The shift is so gradual that slipping into a state of constant, numb distraction just sort of feels like normal modern life.
Section 2. The escape. Taking back control.
Now listen, you are not a permanent victim of your own neurochemistry. You absolutely can break this cycle, but it requires some highly intentional steps. You've got to aggressively reduce your overall screen time. Literally, go into your settings right now and turn off every single unnecessary notification. Stop letting engineers in another time zone interrupt your daily life. Practice focusing on one single task at a time. And perhaps the most difficult step of all, you have to actually allow yourself to just be bored.
We've seriously developed a cultural allergy to boredom, haven't we? We treat it like it's a disease we absolutely have to cure with our screens. But here's the thing, boredom isn't a punishment. It is the ultimate psychological space where your overstimulated brain finally gets the chance to breathe and reset. It's the absolute breeding ground for creativity, deep thought, and real self-awareness.
The most empowering takeaway here is understanding that your ability to focus is not permanently destroyed. No way. It is simply buried underneath a massive mountain of digital noise. By clearing away all that noise, you can uncover the deep, sustained attention that is still sitting right there, just waiting to be utilized.
As we start to wrap up this explainer, I want you to reflect on this question and ask it of yourself with brutal honesty. Who is really in charge of your day? Are you actively choosing where your energy goes? Or are algorithms and engineered dopamine loops making all of those choices for you? Think really deeply about this final thought. If you can't focus, you can't control your life. Your ability to build meaningful relationships, achieve your actual goals, and live with intention, they all absolutely require sustained attention. Take back your focus, and you take back your future. Thank you so much for watching this explainer. If this brought you value today, please subscribe to PsyAI Lab to join us on this journey of deep self-awareness. Until next time, are you ready to wake up?